Silly Negroes. They must have thought any of these efforts were for them.
Guys, the reason this channel exists is for stories like this. Coming to us from the Daily Caller, Black Lives Matter National Arm gave little to local chapters while reaping millions. Local Black Lives Matter chapters allege in statement. This is written by Andrew Kerr, and there are few things, my friends, my audience, that I enjoy in this world more than being right. I mean, very, very few things. Actually, two things. It's a pair of lips, and you slide up in them. But besides that, no. Calling this nonsense out. Over a year ago, quite a few of you guys came to this channel via the Black Lives Matter Darren Seals tragedy video, and him back then and me too now have been saying this is one gigantic money laundering scheme. And there was reports, wow, all of the looting and rioting and George Floyd, Breonna Taylor bullshit was going on about how the money was being sent straight to the DNC. But no, this is for us. This is for the culture. Hi, okay, champ. Let's read this. 10 local Black Lives Matter chapters accuse the movement's national arm, BLM Global Network. Okay, so when the term global and world comes into play, or international, grain of salt, my guys, grain of salt, of providing no acceptable financial transparency surrounding the unknown millions of dollars it has received since 2013. Most chapters have received little to no financial support from BLMGN since the launch in 2013, the local chapter said in a statement Monday. So they had a whole global thing going, and it's like, yeah, woo, fight the power, fight the power that be. Multiple founders of the BLM Global Networks have said the local BLM chapters are the ones responsible for carrying out the work of the movement. So, maybe give them a buck or two, slide them a few bucks, but of course not. Guys, oh my goodness. This must be charity week on the channel, because I've told you guys endless times how they're nothing more than money laundering schemes, than ways which to get certain people, paychecks that wouldn't get paychecks by any other means. And here we are. The Daily Caller News Foundation reported in June that BLM Global Network spent $4.5 million on consultants and lawyers. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you just can't go wrong getting into that business now, can you? On consultants, travel, and compensation for its staff from July 2017 through June 2019, while at the same time providing only $328,000 to outside groups such as its local chapters. Wow, this sounds a whole hell of a lot like the whole Me Too thing, eh? That sounds a whole hell of a lot like I said, man. Like I said in that video, dude, like, they don't care. Like, if you need a little personal insight from me, I went to work with the Drug Policy Alliance, and in our first meeting, I said how I want to end the drug war and make all of this shit obsolete. Yeah, and like I said, I work with them, not for them. So, and we continued on the path to legalization, being able to hook up on several occasions and get some great things done. But yeah, you could feel the tension. You could cut the tension with a knife in the room, because that's not their game plans. It never is. Like, actually solving the problem, fixing the issues, it's never the game plan. It's all menial bullshit, particularly at the lower ends of the pyramid, because perfect. They're gigantic pyramid schemes, guys. And if you ain't at the pinnacle, if you ain't at the top, if you ain't at the eye, then yeah, you really eating it. The local chapters, including those of Washington, D.C., Chicago, and Philadelphia, said in the statement that the Black Lives Matter Global Network Foundation has provided no acceptable financial. Okay, yeah, we already know that. I just wanted to make sure we got through where they're from. They spent the money. Yeah, they front load these articles. For years, there has been inquiry regarding the financial operations of BLMGN and no acceptable process of either public or internal transparency about the unknown millions of dollars donated to them, which has certainly increased during this time of pandemic and rebellion. So let me explain to you guys why I find that statement so funny. When you do the pandemic, right? When you're playing into this mask thing, the whole CV situation, despite the fact that it's a 99% survival rate, when you play into it, you're literally playing into the hands of the establishment or those who you would deem, under other circumstances, oppressors. So you're like, oh yeah, we're in a time of pandemic and rebellion, meaning you're wearing masks. I'm gonna wear this mask, but I'm gonna go march in the street. Like those two things, it's circular logic. They're two things that like merely just can't really operate in the same space, but due to the circular feminine logic, they can. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like complete oddities, completely different positions can occupy the same space. Okay, the local chapter said in a statement Monday, only selected chapters have been invited to apply. Okay, so BLM Global Network announced in June that it was launching a $6 million fund to support its local chapters after receiving a windfall of donations following George Floyd. The group told the Associated Press in mid-June it had received more than $1 million in donations, with the average contribution clocking in at $33. Guys. But the local chapters said in their statement Monday that only selected chapters have been invited to apply for that fund, which BLM Global Network said would provide affiliated chapters with grants of up to $500,000. The statement also alleged that that the Global Network co-founder and sole board members Patrisse Cullors Colors became executive director against the will of most chapters and without their knowledge. Yeah, because it's not your thing. Like I said, man. Like I said, suckers. Like you've been made out to be suckers, and I don't even know how many of y'all are actually descendants. I mean, most of these folks hail from that global network that they're talking about. So a lot of the faces, like just because it's in a place, don't make it a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like Mr. Mfume. Yeah, you got here in 2015. Congratulations to you. Glad that you're here now, but you don't get to sit here and talk about how terrible America's been when you're here reaping the rewards now. You get what I'm saying? That's always been my position. That will remain my position. But either ways, yeah. So apparently this is charity week on the channel. All of these charities are bullshit. Now the little people at the bottom are now calling for attention to their nonsense. And hey, I stand in solidarity with you now because yeah, you got screwed over. And I don't like people getting screwed over. I think that sucks. But I also told you from jump that this is exactly what was going to happen. And here we are. So, nobody got, yeah, YouTube, keep suppressing me, dicks. That being said, all the internet stuff. If you like this, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead and do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. You know my fantastic voice. You want to get videos like this every single day? Share because sharing is caring. And YouTube, BitChute, and like are the biggest fans. Your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Ring the bell for notifications. Get something from the Teespring and speak. Let me know what you think in the comments. Black Lives Matter. The only life that is to matter to you is your own. Take care of yourself, my friend. And treat people as well as their actions determine their treatment to be. Yeah, I like that voice sometimes. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Got a little bit off track there. And until the next one,